I don't see why.
Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Ah, that's my intro.
I'm here for it.
Tap, did you see the car that I just sent you?
Why would anyone want to buy that?
One, because it's orange.
Oh yeah, the tow truck I found was pink with red interior. But no, why would you want to buy that? It's an automatic.
Oh, no,
would
it's
you-
not. It's a 5-speed.
It's automatic transmission.
No way, dude. I don't think so. They say swap it to a 5-speed.
Oh, I didn't read that far down. You didn't send me that part. It says 84 Pontiac Hero Orange, $25,000, driven 141,000 miles, automatic transmission, listed about a day ago in Aledo, Illinois. And that's it. That's what you sent me. How am I supposed to know that it was transmission swap and that it's not an automatic?
I might fly out to go get this thing.
Drive to go get it. How would you fly? Go drive to that.
Dude, I will trade him my truck for that car.
That's not a fair trade. Why would anyone want a truck? Why would anyone want a Dodge Dakota? Why do you want a third hero?
Dude, it's orange.
Paint your white one orange. Then.
No! If I paint my white one orange, it drops $10,000.
Well, it wasn't worth $10,000 anyway.
It's worth 15. It is a manual.
And you can't convince me any Pontiac Hero is worth $15,000. I'm sorry.
It's a formula. They only made 400. It's got WS6 suspension under it. It's got the 5-speed instead of the 4-speed. It's got the bigger engine. It's just rare. It's like driving a Lamborghini.
Okay. So if you're telling me, that if Hyundai made whatever it was 400 of a specific kind of one of their shitty SUVs. I just swore I was supposed to. I'm sorry. I forgot your life. I'm a terrible friend. You're telling me it would be rare.
Not an SUV. But if you're right, if Hyundai made a mid-engine sports car and they only made 400 of them, they would be rare.
No, not a. You said because it was 400, it was rare.
Well, that's why mine is rare.
I rolled the truck over again that I was driving in my game.
And you swore again.
Did I? I only swore one.
No, you swore again.
I did?
Yep.
I'm sorry. I am terrible at this. Did I go? I'm gonna go. So, funny story, I rolled the truck again. Didn't make it out of the driveway. How to know you're bad at video games?
It's orange, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't make it use. It doesn't make it good. It's still a bad car. Hate to break it to you.
Uh, it's only a 6-hour drive.
Only a 6-hour drive. That's not that bad. I see it when I go home tomorrow.
You want to meet me in Illinois?
I am not even remotely going anywhere in Illinois. Maine to Connecticut.
I mean, I'm going your direction.
Yeah, but you're missing by a little bit. Hate to break it to you, friend, but Maine or Connecticut and Illinois are nowhere near each other.
Compared to Kansas and Maine, yeah.
So I'm going to be going to okay.
Connecticut
That's
is significantly closer than Maine, and Illinois is significantly closer than Kansas.
That is a terrible comparison. Hope you know that.
They're about the same distance from Kansas to Illinois and Maine to Connecticut.
That is a terrible comparison. I hope you know that.
But there's also like a, slight difference.
A Mach-E is closer to a Mustang than a Ford Ranger is, but it's still nothing like a Mustang.
Yeah, it is.
It's not. It's not even remotely close to Mustang.
Yeah, it is.
It's as much of a Mustang as I am a mechanic.
I'd say that's a good comparison.
Because I am by no means a mechanic. But if you look in our faces, you'll see my name, the mechanic next to it.
Mr.
Like,
Tap,
if you-
expert mechanic.
If you gave me a car that don't work, I probably can't fix it. If I'm being real.
Really, you have that low confidence?
Dog, okay, so last night at like midnight, the RD came knocking on my door because someone from administration, their car wouldn't start. So you would think, right, me spending the last 3 weeks on this kind of stuff in the shop on cars not starting, I would know how to fix it. The only thing I successfully did was turn the key. That was all I did.
Dog, I put like 12 batteries in on my college campus.
Like all I successfully did was turn the key.
I remember there was these. One of my roommates was on the football team, and he was one of those big dudes. I think he was like, he wasn't like a lineman, but he was something like that. And he was super big, and he always had parties in our little lobby of our dorm, and or in our living room. And all of his friends like had car problems, and I would tell them what's wrong with their car.
No.
But I also had a scan tool, and I don't know that you just carry one of those around like I do.
Why do you carry one of those around?
Because I have one in my truck.
That's just because you have a bad truck.
That's because I had problems with my car. I used to carry it around in my car a lot, and then I brought it to college, and that was my only car. So I only took one of my cars to college.
I had a good car. I don't know if play dog.
It would slap anything you've got. Like,
For the purpose that my cars are built for, absolutely not.
I'm sure me in my Firebird could do more damage on off-road obstacles than your Rangers.
I want to see this. So for the record, my White Ranger is my off-road.
It's dead.
It is very much not dead.
It is significantly unalive.
My Explorer is my daily driver, and my people carrier. And my Green Ranger is a tow vehicle. It is going to spend the majority of the rest of its life towing a boat. I would like to see your Firebird remotely compete in any of those aspects.
I have more torque than you do.
Towing, practicality, fitting things inside of it, and off-roading.
Okay.
I don't think
name one of your cars, because I'm not allowed to name a different one.
Okay. So we'll name.
I'd assume you'd want to name your Green Ranger because that's the only one that really is reliable. Because your White Ranger really doesn't exist at this point. And
the only one that works.
yeah, so I feel like I could fit just as much stuff inside my car as you can.
That's the Explorer. That's the Explorer. The Green Ranger is the tow vehicle.
The Green Ranger
is the tow vehicle. Can you tow a boat, a 19-foot boat, with your Firebird?
Torque-wise, 100%.
As well as my Green Ranger.
Torque-wise, yes. Easily. I have more torque than you do.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Now, obviously I don't have the rear end. By that I mean like I don't have the suspension to hold up a boat. Now if the boat had 4 wheels, heck yeah. If the boat had wheels on the front and the back, easy.
Nope, only
done.
Only in the back.
My Fiero had the option to put a tow hitch on it, and I kind of want to put one on there.
Wait, your Fiero had an option for a tow hitch?
The Fiero can have a tow hitch on it.
Who in the right mind is towing with the Fiero?
I want to put a tow hitch on it.
Well, okay, but that's different.
I'm not going to tow anything. But once I remove my rear bumper and put a chassis-mounted wing, I also want a tow hitch.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw a Mustang a few years ago with a tow hitch on it.
I saw a Mustang that actually pulled like a little, like one of those little tiny lawnmower trailers.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of silly.
That's so cute.
I know, right? I'd totally get one of those like little lawnmower trailers and put like a motorcycle in it and paint it to match my car.
That's adorable.
Yeah. Paint to match my orange Fiero.
Why would you buy an orange Fiero when you already have the 2 Fieros?
If I bought that orange Fiero, most of my Fieros would be engine swapped.
Okay, another question then. Why don't you just paint your highly modified Fiero orange?
Cause actually, my dream Fiero years and years ago, when I had my white one, I was like, I want a gloss black Fiero GT, and I want it to be the year 88, so it had the upgrade suspension on it. Now, I found an 86 Fiero GT that was black. It did not have the WS6 suspension under it. Instead, it had freaking coilovers. So, yeah, my car corners way better than any WS6 suspension. Yeah.
Okay, one thing I kind of want to do in my truck, like, as soon as I can. Not the Green Ranger, because I don't want it anymore. I am done with this truck. Like, I just want my white one back.
I kind of don't want my truck anymore either. My Dakota.
Yeah, my Green Ranger is terrible. I can't stand
I'm
it.
kind of bored of it. Like, it makes a lot of power, but I'm kind of sick of getting 14 miles per gallon.
Yeah, my Green Ranger, I don't like reliability. I like driving and thinking it's going to fall apart, or not knowing what's going to break next in my car. Um, I don't like the fact that it creaks when you drive under 50 miles an hour. Uh, and I don't like the fact that the suspension is literally falling apart. The shocks are basically non-existent. Um, no, actually, they are non-existent. They're there, but they don't do anything, and they're literally falling apart. And I don't like the way the body looks. I want the flared fenders. I had flared fenders and stuff like that in the white truck.
Oh, that's
And
illegal. Flared fenders?
nope, because it's factory. It is legal.
Is it really?
Because it's the Splash Edition. I don't think my truck is the Splash Edition, but the Splash Edition is what started the flared fenders.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
What about stock modifications?
If it's on the VIN, then it counts.
Oh, so no. Like, could you put a grill guard on your truck?
A grill guard? No, but it didn't come from the factory. If the factory put it on, I can put it on. If the factory didn't put it on, not just to be able to put it on. These are per main rules as far as I've been told by people who have made inspection licenses for YouTube. I am not main inspector. I don't know all of the laws, but as far as I'm concerned, if it didn't come to the factory, you can't put it on.
I am main inspection.
Which I think is incredibly stupid. I wanted to upgrade the safety of my truck, which is literally what I'm doing when I put my steel bumper on.
No, you're not. You can't argue that. That's not a point, like, at all.
What? I can't upgrade the safety of my
It's
car?
not upgrading the safety.
How so?
Pedestrian safety. That's what bumpers are for.
They're for my safety.
Nope.
When I rear-end a steel truck at 40 miles an hour, I want to know that when I hit it, my car isn't just going to completely collapse in front of
Super
me.
Mew, welcome to the stream. We're talking about trucks and stuff.
Are you playing a game or are we just talking? Or is that all this-
I'm shiny hunting.
Okay.
Doing
I'm
the
just
most
curious.
boring task.
Yeah. No, I think, yeah, okay, I guess if, like, I hit a person, that chrome bumper is not going to hurt them as much as my steel bumper.
Hmm.
That chrome plastic bumper I'm taking off isn't going to hurt them as much as my steel bumper I'm putting on.
That's why pop-up headlights were outlawed, because they couldn't make them pedestrian safe.
Really? That was it? I knew it was safety related. I didn't know what safety.
Yep.
What Karen was crying about pop-up headlights.
VC
I
person.
can't-
Yeah, take a guess. Mew, you've never been able to guess who's in the VC. Ever.
Is it Jocelyn that's asking?
No, it's Super Mew. Super Mew has no idea how to people.
I was like, if okay, right. Yeah, this is dumb.
I
So
know.
yeah, so cars are fun and amazing, and laws are stupid.
Have you heard of this TikTok trend of this guy who, he lives in California and he has some slightly modified cars. Obviously, they can't be as modified as stuff like we have. And California is trying to crack down on even like chip tunes, like just to tune your ECU to make your car run better. They're cracking down on that, which is ridiculous.
You're just making the car run more efficient.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, not even upgrading it, like, power-wise. You're just making it so it gets better gas mileage.
Yes. They have outlawed that because obviously, like, you know, if you're making it run more rich or less rich, then you're changing what comes out of the exhaust. That's their argument. Which is obviously not enough to change anything, but they're doing ECU stuff. And this guy's like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. Laws can't overrule religion, and religion can't overrule laws. So he decided to make a religion called modism,
Okay.
where if you own a car, you have the right to build it the way you want.
And a religion.
Your car
defined-
is your religion involves your car, and the government cannot change your religion.
I rolled the truck again. Oh, it's on its wheels and it's rolled over.
So yeah, what do you think about that? Is that a good way to fight it?
I think I will be joining this religion. Because it's the day before I need to inspect my car's state of thing.
Yeah,
So define for me a religion. Do you know what the law defines religion as?
I don't know.
Okay, so as far as I'm aware, for the John Olive's episode that aired months ago, I believe it is something that has to have a public gathering, with
Like a
and everybody
commune.
in. Okay. There has to be a building, a sanctioned building, or a building that is like sacred, per se, where these meets are held. So the DMV, we'll call it. And not even just like whatever the local coffee shop is.
Yeah.
And then I think the last law was it has to have 3 or more people in it.
I want to
So
be in
me,
that
you, and
religion. Super Me, do you have a car? Like, you don't even have to tell me what the car is. Like, I'm pretty sure Mew lives in like the heart of New York, so I would
Really?
assume no. Yeah, Mew lives in New York.
Interesting.
New York.
I do love New York. Just gonna point this out there. I don't have it on me. I have the mask that I wear every day to class and around school. Literally just says New York in big letters.
No, Mew does not have a car.
Aw, that's not fun.
That is okay. You can still be part of our religion.
Yeah, it doesn't say you have to own anything.
Does not say you have to have anything.
Nope. And this is why I think laws are dumb. Another thing, I mentioned it to you, but we didn't stream this. I feel like the stream has the right to know this. In the state of Maine and the state of Rhode Island, Maine is the state I live in, currently.
The state I live in is depression.
Same. You cannot register a K-truck, and all K-truck registrations have been revoked. K-trucks are a classification of small, not even K-trucks, all K-cars. And a K-car is a small Japanese car. So
What's the definition of a K car? Because America's had K cars.
It can only have so much horsepower. It's like 80 something horsepower. But it's CC determined. But it's like 80 horsepower is by far the most you can get. I don't think you can get that much out of it. It has to be absolutely tiny, like the size of a moped. I don't know the exact dimensions, but it's gotta be tiny, and the engine's gotta be basically non-existent.
My mom won a K car.
No, I want a K. My roommate wants
it was
a K car.
I think it was a Chevy K car, and she won it because she sold the most Mary Kay stuff in like a year.
Also, most K cars are part of the Japanese domestic market, and they're made in Japan.
Yeah, and then my mom won it again, like the next year, and they gave her a pink Pontiac Grand Am.
Ooh.
And then my mom got like second or third the next year, and won a like one of those like battery powered like little kids like Jeeps that they sit in.
Yeah.
And my sister went insane because She wanted like the sports car one instead of the Jeep one. And my mom was like, all right, I'll just take it back, and then just put it in a box and shoved it in the corner of their closet and never took it out again. Until I was old enough.
Funny story. So when I was little, I had one of those battery-powered Jeeps, and I was driving around my front yard, and there's a tree in the front yard.
Wait. Before that, Mew said, fun fact, in New York, it is illegal to actually jaywalk as long as you're not walking diagonally.
It's
So does
legal
that mean you
can't
walking diagonally
jaywalk.
is okay?
Wait, so it's walking diagonally. So walking diagonally is walking from one side of an intersection across the other.
No, that
So, yeah, no.
Does that
It's
count?
walking from one corner across. Instead of walking across the crosswalks on either side, you're walking through the middle of the intersection. If I'm not mistaken. And so, are you saying that is legal, or are you saying that
that is
that is the
illegal.
only thing?
That is jaywalking. I have no idea. I can't tell.
Because jaywalking otherwise means walking across a road where there is no defined crosswalk.
And if you walk diagonally on, like, where there's no crosswalk, would that be legal or illegal? Because I think it's illegal to just walk across the road in New York anyway. When it's not on
Jaywalking is
crosswalk.
walking across the road when there's no sidewalk and or crosswalk. Jaywalking diagonally is walking through where it's a four-way intersection. If you walk from one corner to the other corner, outgoing across crosswalk.
Walking diagonally is bad, but everything else is good. So can you walk straight across the street when there's no crosswalk?
Yes.
Yes. Ugh. That's homophobic because you can only walk straight.
Sorry, I shouldn't have laughed. That was
Why? Why should? It's a joke.
because some
person's gonna be like,
very-
that's straight phobic.
some very straight girl is going to be quite upset with me, who's Democratic and lives in California.
Hands
And
on
goes
hips.
by-
You can't say those things.
and goes by 3 letters. One of them being the first letter of the alphabet, one being the third letter of the alphabet. Being original, she just changed the middle letter to a circle. If you understand who I'm talking about, then it's funny.
Jesus Christ,
If
that
not-
took me so long.
If you don't know who I'm talking about, then please, I'm
Yo,
thankful.
she would not care, honestly.
I feel like she'd kick and scream. Yeah, you didn't say anything, so that's why I kept giving him. I was like, come on. I feel like you might know this.
Yeah.
I feel like I made a little bit.
Wait, I'm lost. Yeah, you should be.
If anyone is lost,
She's in California?
Yeah, she's California senator. Is senator or House Republican? I don't know. Wait.
I don't remember the Senate and the House. I don't remember. I know one of them is however many people you have, and one of them is literally like 2 per state.
Congress is 2 per. House is based on population.
I didn't figure out the 3 letters. Well, that sucks for you, doesn't it?
I wish I was you.
I don't.
Learn enough about politics to make informed decisions when come time for voting. Otherwise, stay far clear. Is what I say.
I don't usually care too much about politics as long as you know, people aren't throwing things at each other. Cause dude, it gets so confusing. There's actually a bill that I'm really excited and I hope it gets passed. That I'm actually excited about. I'm following every day.
Can I ask about it?
It is the infrastructure.
Oh. Are
Where
they building better infrastructure in the city
So
classes, or
it's human infrastructure. So
oh,
it is giving um, it's helping people out with kids. So for like the I don't know what it's called, but like it's like daycare assistance.
yeah,
Um, and that's supposed to help out a lot. So women can actually go back to the workplace, which would be so nice for all those people who are upset about not enough people getting to the workplace. This will help. And also, we had one of these things that we would help out with childcare in the 60s, but it got written off. So it is a thing that we've had. Also, negotiating drug prices so that it doesn't cost me $4,000 to get Adderall that I physically need.
I'm sorry. That's good.
And also, this will also help negotiate like kind of all like the emergency room markups, because essentially what happens is like soda costs like maybe like half a cent to make, and they charge like $3 for a soda. Yeah. The markup for breaking your arm is like 20 times that. So if you break your arm, the cast molding actually costs like $40. And breaking your arm costs like 30 grand. So yeah.
Interesting.
That's not a shiny, is it? I don't know what shiny Gibble looks like.
I'm waiting for the bill that will make it so my trucks are all illegal. Ignoring the
I'm waiting
obvious,
for that one too.
they are illegal. I'm waiting for the bill that says I can't even register them. Because I feel like with the way Maine is going with the bill, those who don't know, it's not even a bill. It's a law.
California's the same way.
With the K trucks, they're citing safety as why they're not allowed to be registered, because they're too small. Well, then people are gonna say, well, what about Mini Coopers? Then they're gonna put a year. Car can't be this old. Then they're gonna say, oh, well, it's gotta have modern safety standards and modern safety ratings. So then it can only be this old.
They tried to do that in the 70s.
And then
or the
when
80s.
they do that,
and it didn't work. So they tried to have everybody in the 80s, they tried to say, hey, your cars have to have proper safety stuff, which means every car on the road has to have an airbag. And you physically can't shove an airbag into most 60s cars. You physically can't. And you can't make it compatible with the technology that happened then. So, yeah, I don't... And there's like a huge thing with keeping old cars on the road today. And if they did that, then the government would have to pay for the safety features. And the government's not going to do that.
Yep.
So they'd take your car, put a bunch of safety features on it, and pay for it themselves. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. So
and they can't just outlaw it because it's history.
I'm waiting for them to outlaw my truck. For those that don't know, I have a 98 Ranger, and that's my baby. And the day they outlaw it, I'm going to... Cool.
It's technically out already.
Well, okay.
So
Stuff I've done to it, it should be legal. We're not counting the stuff that I've done to myself.
Like wrecked it?
You're gonna catch these things.
Did you not wreck it?
No, I didn't wreck it. I
The
can
white
drive
one?
it. If I rip the front bumper off, I can drive it. Okay, it still goes.
Hey! Kansas has no bumper
drove...
laws. Just bring it here and you can drive it.
I should.
Kansas has zero bumper laws.
I drove it from where it came off the tow truck to where it is now. It might have been 5 feet, but I drove it there, damn it.
The Mew lives under... when they outlaw the truck, can I live under it as I'm a Mew and I live under trucks? That's hilarious. I love that. Yeah, I'm
I
so
wanna
excited for this law to pass because it's going to help out so many people. It's also going to expand Medicare or Medicare. It's expanding healthcare for old people to include dental and vision and hearing, which are all not covered. And old people need teeth and eyes and ears,
Yeah.
and they're not going to
So,
pay for it. So, or
question.
they can't because the prices are too high. So, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for grandparents to be respected again.
Question. If they're going to be giving all these things to people, right, helping people with these things, this requires money, like the healthcare.
They should what?
Whereas the providing healthcare requires money. No,
Are you asking
that
where the
money.
money has come from? Because I have the answer.
Oh, I was gonna say, so where's the money coming from? More
Okay.
taxes?
So yes, indeed, it is higher taxes on the 1%. So the only taxes that are going up are people who make over $7 million a year.
And you're telling people in Kansas who make $7 million a year,
No,
or is this like a federal bill?
that's a federal bill. Yeah. Do you make $7 million a year?
If I did, I wouldn't be here.
Okay, your taxes are going to be 1% higher. 1%. 1% higher. And that's going to pay for everyone's healthcare. You understand how wild that is? 1%. 1%
like-
higher. The taxable income 1% higher. Not your total income. The taxable income 1% higher can pay for everybody's medical stuff.
I feel like that's a little bit off. I feel like that's
That
a
is
little off.
100% accurate.
I'm not saying it's not. I just feel like
That is an insane amount of money.
I'm just saying that feels like a little bit
It's 1% higher, so it went from 34% to 35%. Above,
Now I see.
yeah, it went from 34% to 35%. On people who make over $7 million a year.
Well, that is not me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting in the college dorm room playing.
Yeah, so kind of crazy that little amount of money, small percentage can pay for everybody's health care. Now, what if this happened? I mean, I'm crazy, but what if, right? We just gave everybody health care and then actually reallocated taxes. So we didn't even up them by 1%. So we already pay taxes to pay for people who can't pay for medical bills themselves. So if instead of doing that, we can get everybody health care and then lower our taxes. Everybody's taxes.
I agree with this. I think lower taxes is always the end.
Lower taxes and healthcare for everyone. That means if you break your arm, you get it fixed. You don't have to pay thousands upon thousands of dollars and go completely broke. Why not do more? I would like to do more, honestly. But I know how our government works, and I know. So that is not taking money from the debt that we owe, which is great because a lot of people are worried about the debt on both sides. So yeah, that does not even touch the debt.
I am here for it.
I'm excited. That bill does not have any of that in there, or that bill has just the 1% higher. For the, I think it's even less than the top 1%.
Interesting.
So yeah. it's not even the 1%, that we always talk about. It's
Yeah. I support anything that lowers my taxes as long as it doesn't make someone else's life worse.
yeah.
Does
If
that
we
make
if we were like, yes, lower your taxes, but nobody gets food stamps and they just starve to death.
Yeah,
I'd
no,
be like,
not.
oof.
It's like we're gonna lower your taxes, but like, I don't know. This thing that we were paying for before, we're not gonna pay for anymore, and it won't affect you much at all. I'm like, okay, cool.
I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna have you in the background. Thank you. Ugh. Sorry, I burped. Thank you, Super Mute. Appreciate it. I'm excited. I really hope this bill passes. So the big thing about this bill, the reason it's actually big and it's actually kind of scary is it was one bill, but now it's two. It's two separate bills. So it was what?
If you want to talk about anything, you gotta say both sides of the story. So what's one side of the aisle arguing? What's the other side of the aisle arguing?
Okay, I gotta tell you fully about the bills first. Magic Cat, welcome to the stream. Dude, I'm sorry, I'm cuddly and I can't do anything about it. Cuddle away. Literally grab a stuffy, cuddle, watch. So there's two parts of this bill. It was one bill. It was a total infrastructure bill. And part of it was like helping people in need, pretty much like childcare and healthcare. And then the other part of the bill was a tax break for corporations.
Okay.
And the reason why there's a tax break for corporations is this is a mostly Republican bill, or mostly Democrat bill. Sorry, mostly Democrat bill, and Republicans want lower taxes. Like that's their big thing. So they knew Republicans were more likely to vote on it if they had lower taxes for businesses. So that's why that was in there. And then they separated that one, took it out, because I think Republicans wanted to pass that one instead of the other one. But then everybody agreed that those bills would move in tandem. So if one got passed, the other one got passed. So, yeah. I'm totally okay with passing both.
This truck in my game just ran out of gas.
Sad. By the way, random question, have you guys seen Squid Games? No. My boyfriend just finished it while I was on the call. And I wanted to talk to him, but then he was like, I'm going to bed afterward, and then I didn't get to talk to him.
I've heard so many people tell me I need to watch Squid Game.
It's like scary, so...
I'm simply not going to do it.
Yeah.
Because people keep telling me to watch Squid Games, I'm not doing it.
I still haven't watched Bird Box.
No, I won't watch in fact, I won't even bother watching the Fast and Furious.
Why?
Too popular. In fact, I would argue the Fast and Furious has ruined car culture to an extent.
That is an interesting take. I would like to hear more on this take.
Okay. So the Fast and Furious was this great big action movie that got a lot of attention. A lot of people think it should be the reason why they got into cars.
Yeah.
Agree or disagree? Okay. So before the Fast and Furious, people who were into cars were proper car guys who worked on their cars in their garages or in a shop that they had, and they were mostly muscle
I don't
car
agree.
guys
Hold on. I don't agree. I already don't agree.
or off-road guys, and not many of them were guys who bought Civics and put fart cans on the back of them or garbage cans in the back of them.
I already don't agree with your statement.
Okay, then explain why.
So, car guys have always gotten into cars for a reason. It's never just been because they were like, this is a car, cool. No, it's always been some icon. Whether that be Smokey and the Bandit, whether that be movies, action movies, video games, obviously, video games and Fast and Furious kind of came out at the same time, um, but it's almost always been movies and TV shows like My Science Project, which was this Corvette that this guy souped up and put a radical hood on it, and then somebody stole it, and then they ripped all the quote unquote ricer parts off of it and tried to sell it, and then the guy got his hands on it again and put all the hood scoops and fake stuff on it again. That movie came out in the 60s, or that TV show came out in the 60s, and that was already like ricer culture. So, but it's always been due to something.
No, I agree.
Okay.
Mine was Need for Speed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Video games. Yep, video games, TV shows, movies. Yeah. Magazines. Yeah.
So my reasoning for not liking Fast and Furious is because it created this culture that wasn't very prevalent before, and much larger, of people wanting to take cheap cars, Japanese tuner cars, which there's nothing wrong with, and putting loud exhaust on them and doing stupid things on the road with them, like driving under a semi-truck. And you may feel like, well, tap. No, people don't drive under a semi-truck. I've seen multiple news reports in the same state, like 5 of them, in the same 3-month period of people driving underneath semi-trucks with their Honda Civic.
I would like to specifically not have any input on that statement.
Oh, why?
Carry on.
And so I feel that Fast and the Furious has done damage to the car culture by creating these people who do dumb things in cars because they saw it in the movies.
No. Hold on.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Finish.
Because people have started doing these things and they become way more mainstream, the lawmakers that we were talking about earlier are now cracking down on it and coming back at us, like coming back at against it and making all these dumb laws, like the 95 decibels in California law. And it is stupid. If not many people liked cars, then we wouldn't have these kinds of laws.
Okay, those are stunts, right? Those are stunts in movies. Yeah. Dukes of Hazzard didn't do any stunts. Smokey the Bandit famously did not drive under a semi-truck, which is probably the first time people saw that.
Okay, but how many people took their Honda Civic under a semi-truck because Smokey the Bandit did it? As opposed to Fast and Furious.
Wait, what did you say?
I said, how many times has someone driven under a semi-truck in a Honda Civic because they saw Smokey the Bandit do it in a Pontiac Firebird?
Yep.
Then,
I don't know. A lot more people did it with their Firebirds than Honda Civics back then because, the stunt was done in a Firebird.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I've not watched that movie either.
It is a good movie. It is a little misogynistic, but aren't all movies that came out in the 60s and 70s. I'm going to read the chat for a little bit. I share a picture of my history vocab to Ronan. I told him not to share it. I hate the history teacher's teaching method. It's just vocab, then notes over slides, and then a quiz. Yeah, if teachers can't teach right, that's always my biggest gripe. It's like, you're supposed to teach me, not the book. You are supposed to help me understand the book, not give me the book and tell me to learn.
My electronics teacher.
No creative input, no fun, just vocab, notes, and quiz. Yeah. Okay. Also, there have always been stunts. I can't just chalk it up to. There's a couple things. You do have a point, but I want to know if you get there before I do. I could understand you making a couple points, but you haven't made any of those yet. So, the Fast and Furious, I think, is responsible for a couple of things that ruined the car culture. But I don't think that just saying stunts that they did
No,
made...
that was one of them. There are plenty of reasons.
I want to hear them, because I'll agree with one of them, I hope.
The stunts, the fact that it was brought to the mainstream light.
What is?
Pop culture became so mainstream, and everybody wanted to do it, that it hurt the car culture.
Okay,
The reason why no
so
one plays with the Z culture half as much is because
you need to take
oh,
history lessons.
You're gonna.
I'm gonna school you, dude.
Listen, as long as it proves my point, I don't really care.
So, if you're talking about car culture being mainstream, you clearly have never seen a 70s vehicle. Because every 70s car was a muscle car and made 300 horsepower. Almost every 70s car was kick-ass, fast, cool, loud, sleek, just obnoxious.
Yeah.
So that's my main point of car culture being in the public light. I honestly think in the 90s car culture died and then got revived by things like Fast and Furious and Need for Speed and video games. I think video games had a huge part in car culture.
No, I'm not gonna agree with that, and I don't let.
I think the 70s was the biggest. Like, honestly, I think the 70s was the biggest car culture move ever. So I disagree with you on that one.
Laws in the 70s were made that went after the car community.
Oh, there were some. Yeah. I mean, dude, okay, if you're going to make that argument too, then no, there weren't very many laws made in the 90s that stopped car culture.
But the 90s started the rapid growth of the car culture that led to people doing...
That led to laws 30 years later?
Not even 30 years later. They've been making laws for the last 20 years attacking the car community.
Wait, the worst thing about the history teacher is he likes the autistic kid more than normal weird kids like me.
That's kind of funny.
That is funny. Yeah, I honestly think that the 70s, with all those ridiculous cars, did have an impact on the laws that are being made today and that have been made for the last 20, 30 years. I think that as well, but...
No, I'm not going to disagree with you there.
I don't see Fast and Furious specifically doing more damage than everything else.
I didn't say that. I said Fast and Furious did do damage to the car community, and that's why I don't watch it. Same reason why I don't watch many 60s, 70s movies. I like Gone in 60 Seconds, even though it wasn't a 60s
I've
movie.
never seen Gone in 60 Seconds.
But that's because it's focused around a Ford Mustang.
That's right. That's why I didn't watch it. It was a bad movie.
But like that's like the only main. That's really it.
I haven't watched any of the Mustang movies. Is Gone in 60 Seconds the one with the bullet, or is the bullet its own movie?
It was the Eleanor. It was Gone in 60 Seconds.
Eleanor's Gone in 60 Seconds. Bullet is its own movie.
I believe so.
Yeah. So, I haven't watched any of the Mustang movies. I think there is a specific part of Fast and Furious that ruined car culture. But I don't know if you're going to hit on it.
I don't think I am because I haven't ever watched the movies.
I was going to say, you have to know the movies.
Care to explain?
Well, do you have any more points?
Well, my points were that it damaged car culture by bringing everything to a mainstream and causing a lot of high school kids to go do stupid things in stupid cars.
What does that include? I need you to be more specific, and that may be exactly my point. So you said like driving under semi trucks, which I don't agree with. I think a lot of movies did that.
Okay, fart cans.
Fart cans.
Yep, not.
That's not legal. Well, in my state, I guess.
But it is now becoming more legal because more people are doing it.
It's not legal in my state.
Example, California. Slamming cars, nitrous.
Slamming cars is not legal. Nitrous is legal.
In the state of Maine, it's not.
Well, I don't know if it's actually illegal, but I know nitrous. Well, I guess I'm not gonna make that point because that's my point.
Oh. Would you like to evaluate your point? I don't have much more.
Easy. Drag racing.
Okay,
Drag racing is highly illegal.
That is the stupidest point you could have made.
Drag racing is highly illegal.
What did everybody in the 60s do?
Okay, yeah. But the other one, the bigger one, so that was the smaller one. The bigger one is drifting. There is an entire movie in the Fast and Furious movie about drifting. And drifting was not well known before.
That's right. It was the
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious?
It was Tokyo Drift.
That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true.
That is the one. That's the one I'd be like.
Except for one small problem.
That guy had a 2JZ swap 350Z.
I don't know if you've ever heard of this anime called Initial D.
Initial D. Yep.
That exists.
Initial D came out, I think, after Tokyo Drift. Or about the same time. But I'd argue that Tokyo Drift is more famous.
It may have, but Initial D would have come out regardless, and it would have been no different because it was based on a real person.
I feel like there's a different demographic.
Yeah.
Am I bad for saying Initial D is an anime, therefore weebs would watch it, and weebs probably don't have the same thing that like muscle car tuner guys have?
Mainstream media will also watch Fast and Furious. Mainstream media doesn't quite as much watch
anime. Mainstream media does not know about anime.
I mean, they know it now.
Not really.
Something similar I feel is happening.
Let me know when the mainstream media covers High School DxD, and we'll have another conversation.
No, but I feel like anime is becoming way more popular, and it's going to end up with the same problems that car communities facing.
You're probably right, but I think Fast and Furious had the biggest, probably its biggest fault was the whole Tokyo Drift movie. Now, that was an amazing movie. I love that movie. I know a lot of people hate it because they're like, oh, it's un-American cars. Shut up. Not American cars can be insanely fast. So, like, yeah. They're also freaking cool, and their weight distribution is really good, especially with small engines that make big power. Ford wouldn't exist without Honda. Ford's EcoBoost would not exist without the Honda.
That doesn't mean Ford wouldn't exist.
Ford has nothing. If Ford would have no engine if it weren't for the EcoBoost.
Ford is the only American car company that never take any loans or government assistance. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because Ford was the smallest at that point.
If you say Tesla, I will smack the hell out of you.
I mean, they didn't.
They don't count. They haven't been around for.
They're around for the biggest fault ever.
They weren't around for the recession or the depression. They were started in 2012. No?
2000? No, they were in 2008. They had a car. I'm pretty sure they were hit the hardest out of any car company because he had one car that was supposed to save the future, and it was a Tesla Roadster that was so insanely fast. 2008 wiped the housing market. How do you sell a $120,000 electric supercar? You don't. You quit your job. and you go
You-
home because you
You
failed.
make a good car.
Tesla Roadster is still one of the best cars. But, yeah, so kind of insane, kind of crazy. But he ended up saving two companies at
What was
once.
the second?
SpaceX, he saved as well. He put half his funds to both, and he thought they were both going to fail. Lo and behold, they're both here today.
Unfortunately.
Two rockets
I don't-
exploded, or three rockets exploded, and then the collapse of 2008 happened. They're in the process of building another rocket, and he was like, "This is the last one." So, and it went up to space, and it worked. It really did work. So, that's why that one
like-
succeeded. They were
like
unmanned
Tesla.
rockets, by the way, just so everybody's aware.
I like Tesla. You say so.
Did you say Tesla sucks?
I did.
It did. Does it now?
Tesla is garbage.
Okay, Tesla is the fourth fastest car. So,
Wow. It has what? Acceleration or top speed?
quarter mile.
Wow.
Beats out the Demon,
Oh,
which means
believe it.
Ford is, I think, 45th with I think it's the premier edition of the 64 Dodge Dart. That's
Wow.
Ford's fastest car. I believe it did the quarter mile in like 3 point something in 64. So, Ford's fastest car is in 1964. And I don't know how to feel about that.
You're telling me that you can make a car that goes really fast in a quarter mile, and that means it's good for something.
We had this conversation before. People want faster cars. That's why they switched from manual to automatic, because they wanted a faster car.
Make it fun.
Fun is not really a thing that people want anymore, and that makes me sad because my Fiero is so much fun. People just look at speeds, and
Yeah.
if they do, that means electric cars are taking over 100%.
And I think it's stupid.
That is a fair criticism. Is you like fun over speed?
One of my friends, before we were talking about the Squid Game, one of my friends who isn't watching your stream, sent me a message on Discord and said, "Have you seen that Squid Game show on Netflix? Everyone's told me it's good."
I don't know. Tesla is too far to be stopped now.
Well, I don't like this one.
I mean, Ford built a Tesla,
Which one?
the Mach-E.
No, they didn't.
It's identical.
No.
To, like it's
They didn't
it's
build a Tesla.
it's identical. Like when I say it's identical, it's
Yeah, but
the
that's
same
not-
car.
No, Ford didn't build that. Rivian built that.
The Mach-E.
Yeah, that's not Ford, that's Rivian.
Did
Rivian gave
Rivian
Ford the
was-
technology as Ford stuck a body on top of Rivian. Rivian gave him the R1T and the R1S, and Ford took the R1S and stuck their own body on top of it and called it a Mustang. That's what happened there.
I'm actually gonna look this up.
Well, you don't believe me?
I don't.
Ford bought Rivian technology for something like $1 billion, and so Rivian gave him the R1S and the R1T, and that's how we ended up with Lightning and the Mach-E.
Damn, you're
Right.
right.
Her, the Rivian employee, who talked to me. Because I go to car shows.
Damn, you were
I go to-
right. And they had a hand in building the Lincolns.
Unfortunate, isn't it?
You don't like Rivian?
Uh,
Who's in
I think I'm
VC? Your favorite person, Jocelyn. And it's totally okay. Toxion is more important than I am anyway.
I plan on buying stock in Rivian when they go public. I have like $300 waiting for them to go public.
You're gonna have to go into one of the. They're gonna be a lot higher than that. I'll bet you Rivian stock starts at 500.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be too much money for me. In which case, I'll go work as many hours as I can work, just to make enough money to buy Rivian stock.
Don't buy a whole stock.
No, I want to buy a whole stock.
I mean, you can buy a whole stock over time, but just buy parts of a stock.
No,
And then once you buy parts of a stock, that money will increase, and then you'll get a full stock.
Nope, I want the whole stock. Out of the gate, I have one full. I have full stocks and everything else that I. Why would
That's
I buy?
insane. I only have 1,500 shares in one company.
I have one S&P 500.
That's smart.
Bought it at 390, up to 400 something now. Well over 400 now.
I'm surprised it's going up. I thought it would stagnate.
It has for a while. It's been going up and down for a lot recently. It was one period where it shot through the roof, and then it's been just like so ever since. And then I have 10 of Ford. I bought them at 10 something, and they're like, or I bought them at $11, and now they're well over 50. Ford, when I first bought it, would not go up to save my life. Like, this stock hated me, absolutely hated me.
And then they came out with a Mach-E and the Bronco, and you were like, cha-ching!
No, it was before the Bronco.
Yeah, and now they're going up, right?
Mach-E came out and it tanked.
It did not tank.
Mach-E.
No, it did not tank. It did not tank when the Mach-E came out. I'm sorry, but like, please, well, okay, I guess it could have tanked because the Bronco was supposed to come out like 5 years ago, and people have just been slowly losing faith, and now nobody still has their Broncos. So it could have been because of the Bronco.
Before those two came out, my stock had gone up.
Well, no, that's why it dropped, is because the Bronco still hasn't come out.
It went up almost 50% from where I bought it, and I was like, "Hey, this is really high. I should sell it." And then I was like, "Hey, the Mach-E and the Bronco are coming out soon. Maybe I should hold on to it because it'll go up then, and then I'll sell it." It went down to like 10% from where I bought it.
People love and hate the new Bronco, which is funny because they love the new Bronco. The people that have the new Bronco love them. The people who ordered a Bronco 5 years ago and still don't have their Bronco are not very happy.
I think the Bronco Sport is incredibly stupid, and I'm not a fan.
Bronco Sport is just a Ford Flex, rebadged.
No.
It is.
It is no, but underneath it, it's an Escape with body.
It is an Escape, but it came from the Ford Flex, and then
modern day. The Bronco, the real Bronco, is massive.
It's huge.
Like
yeah,
we've in the road today. It is it's not funny. It's too big.
It's as big as a Hummer.
Yeah, and I don't like it. It is way too big. A popular off-road channel that I watch that does like off-road reviews took it up next to a Wrangler, top spec Bronco, and that Bronco was too big. Like, it was barely big. It was barely small to fit down the trails that they took it on.
So
Colorado.
Anything compared to a Jeep is gonna lose. That's like comparing things to a Cummins. Like Jeep has the market when it comes to off-roading. Yeah, there are a couple good off-roaders, but Jeep obviously is They're not going to
So
lose
the
to anybody anytime soon. So
so the Bronco obviously didn't beat it because of its massive size and stature. But when it came to trails where size didn't matter, the Bronco did just as good as the Jeep.
I would hope so.
Because it had bigger tires, it had a wider track width, and it had um, same lock
I'd hope so. I'd hope it do pretty good.
rooms. Again and again. Um, when it came down to the small trails, it just couldn't keep up. Um, and I think that's the problem. I think the Bronco should not be that big.
So big which way?
Height and width and
That's
length.
the right answer.
Every direction. Every direction.
It needs to be all of it smaller. But if it's all
Yeah.
smaller, then it's going to be smaller than the original Bronco. And then you have a problem.
I don't care if it's smaller than the original Bronco. I want a good off-road truck. My Ranger is a good off-road truck because it is small for a truck.
The Bronco is not a good off-road vehicle. It was
But it
decent.
should be.
The two-door was pretty good. Two-door was really wide, but it was really good.
But the new Bronco should be good off-road because they built it to compete with the Wrangler.
They built it
And-
to compete with a Hummer.
Hummer doesn't exist. I'm sorry, bud.
No, they
I know-
built
I
it
know-
to beat the 2023 Hummer.
I know you still think Pontiac is a good brand. Also, I hate to mention to you, but that's also dead.
No,
Like
the
what?
GMC Hummer is a car that's people are getting.
Yeah.
I would like to point out that the GMC Hummer, which is coming out I think 2023, and it's already in production, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I believe it's already in production. Was a concept in 2020. The Bronco was a concept in 2007. The Bronco got its production label right in 2017, and it took them 5-ish years to get them. Obviously we had COVID, and then obviously we had the chip shortage, right? And now
Yeah.
the hard tops on the Broncos leak, so they recalled all of the hard tops before they went out. So they're going to try to fix them before the customers get them. Obviously, that makes some customers upset because theirs isn't going to have the top on it anyway, and it's going to be in a garage, but whatever. So the Hummer has had 2 years, and now it's going into people's hands. The Bronco had essentially 12, but roughly about 5. And the Hummer had all the same problems. So I don't know whether we want to chalk it up to build quality when we get Hummers. Also, I believe all of the Hummers are all electric, which means the better off-roading. Obviously, off-roading mechanisms are going to be electric, which means they can respond faster. I don't know if that's going to be better or worse. People might just hate off-roading when they get into an electric vehicle and it just does it all itself. Or they might like it more because they can accomplish more. I'm waiting to see an electric off-roader. I'm kind of excited.
Can I interrupt you for 5 seconds?
Me?
I gotta. Wait, let's talk to me for a second. I'm gonna mute. You can continue your rant about electric trucks and how
Yeah.
crappy the Hummer is.
Yes, the Hummer, being a GM car, is probably going to be pretty good. It's going to have all the GM stuff on it, like the Chevy Volt, which Tesla tried to buy because the Chevy Volt was too good. Which actually is a true statement. They tried to buy the batteries. Tesla tried to buy the batteries. Not the motors. The motors were sucked on the Chevy Volts. But the batteries were insanely good. So yeah, I'm excited to see the electric Hummer. Also, Super Mew, so I just got the video done. Check it out. Let me know if you need anything fixed. Yes, I will. Let me know where you want me to look at it at. But, so yeah. I don't know. Apparently the Bronco is really good with a 3.5 Eco Boost. I really don't know if Ford would exist without the Eco Boost. I think it's cool. I think this is cool that I think it's cool that so obviously Honda and Toyota have, to get better gas mileage, they have small engines that can make a lot of power. Ford did the same thing with the EcoBoost. They had a small engine that was turboed that could make a lot of power. Then the Blitz docs when I sent it to you, but Ford or Chevy and Dodge did the opposite. They have really big engines, but then they cut down to like 1 or 2 cylinders on the highway, so it's only using those cylinders. Yeah, kind of crazy. And I think that's cool. I don't know. Kind of pog, in my opinion. I have no idea how I've been live for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Me and Tep have just been like on call forever. I meant drive the same, yeah. That totally works for me. I want to swing from chandelier. The chandelier. I almost fell asleep when I got home from work today, and yeah, I literally was on call with my boyfriend and I almost fell asleep like 3 times. So yeah, yeah, and if I would have fallen asleep, I would have then gone home. I would have fallen asleep, hopefully for about 8 hours, woke up, then gone home, fixed my car at like 5 a.m. because I had to fall asleep at 8, so I got 4 hours of sleep. I'd probably wake up at about 4 a.m. 4 a.m. I would have gone and worked on my car. Kat, are you still here? I read all your chats. I just didn't say them out loud. And I totally get cuddling. 100%. Mew said so has life. I don't know. Pretty average. Pretty adequate. Oop. I got disconnected from my call with Tap, which means he was gone for more than 5 minutes. I also haven't eaten. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start losing weight because one, I take Adderall. Obviously, I'm prescribed Adderall. So, yeah, and Adderall is an appetite suppressant. So, yeah. Adderall is an appetite suppressant, and I will eat lunch, but I usually don't eat dinner. So, yeah. I sent to you, now I misspelled montage. How do I find it again? Shared with me? My drive? Download. Download anyway. I was afraid it was going to take like 10 minutes. I might bog down my gaming speed. Can't game as fast now. Oh boy, it's gonna start. It's 11 minutes! Dang. This is actually really good. Like, it looks really good. I have it on my fifth monitor. Sorry, not my third monitor. What am I, poor? Thank you, thank you. It sounds really good. I'm kind of excited. one more encounter. That's not it. I was gonna finish it sooner, but I wanted to add something at the end. Oh no. Sphere. I've been live for an hour and a half. That's insane. Would you look at that?
How are you, Snappy?
Look what the cat dragged in.
All of my car guy roommates are not here, so we can continue debates about how Hummer is stupid, about how Maine just introduced one of the dumbest laws, and how I think the Ford Focus is the only good Ford left.
It's ironic because the Ford Focus isn't there. It's
okay,
not
Ford
being
Focus. Only good car Ford makes left.
But they don't make the Ford Focus anymore.
Okay, only good car Ford has left. Only car that can be held sacred. Ford has ruined all of their other good poster cars.
What's the big thing? They haven't done any favors on it.
Are you aware that there's 2 Mustangs in production? Not just one.
Hold on. Are we gonna ignore the Mach-E?
That's one of the Mustangs that's in production.
Mustang? Yeah. How?
There are 2 brand new Mustangs in production. Not just one.
They're still making the GT, so
yes, they're still making.
They're very
hold on,
but you have a good point.
Hold on, let me do everybody a favor. Since Snappy, you can hear Max, but he can't hear you.
Yes. Because we are agreeing, like hardcore.
Okay, now we can have discussion about how I think Ford doesn't have any poster cars left outside of the Focus. And
But the Mustang, there's 2 Mustangs in production. There's the regular front engine Mustang, and then there's the Mach-E. They're both in production.
I mean, I don't think of the Mach-E as a Mustang, like period.
It's not a Mustang.
It's a fucking SUV. It's not a Mustang.
It's a Mustang as much as a Porsche Cayenne is a Porsche. No, because that's what Ford wants to do. I think, right, Ford would like to make Mustang its own like sports car division, kind of like Pontiac used to be. So Porsche used to just be the 911. That's all it was. And then they brought in like the weird front engine Porsches, and then they brought in like the Cayenne and SUVs. I think that's what Ford wants to do.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I do see your point.
I think that's what I was told. You know, somebody who works for Ford. I think that's what they wanted to do with the Mustang nameplate. Yeah, which is why it's not just a sports front engine sports car. You know.
Yeah, no, not. I don't.
But it's faster.
It'll be like the SRT.
Yeah,
The
but
Mustang Mach-E is faster than any Mustang GT3 500.
SVT was their SRT.
Yeah, but it doesn't exist anymore, no?
SRT?
It technically does, but
SRT is its own company.
as was SVT, but
Oh, as SVT. Okay, I thought you were talking about SRT. Yeah.
well, SRT was mentioned, but yes.
No, I said the Mustang is turning into its own SRT, like thing.
Yes. I'd argue more like Pontiac than SRT.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just going to be like a sportier car. Because Pontiac was supposed to be a sportier brand of Chevy. You work for Ford? Yes.
I think that would be a stupid misuse of that of the Mustang IP.
I mean,
And they-
Tap did say it was a good marketing decision.
I said marketing wise, if you market something as a Mustang, it's gonna sell more.
You're
Okay,
correct.
so
You're absolutely correct.
Before did this, Max wasn't here for it. Ford took Rivian and bought their technology. The R1S, which is an SUV, no one. They took the R1S, they stuck an escape body on top of it, Mustang. They took an F-150 body, stuck it on top of the R1T, Lightning. Ruined both names in one fell swoop.
Okay, can I point something out really quickly?
Yes.
They had to buy the rights to use Rivian stuff. Right?
Yes. $1 billion.
Tesla has completely opened their patents so anybody can look at it. So Ford spent money on something that they don't really even need to spend money on.
They bought that.
So they essentially just bought the cars.
Is Rivian a Chinese brand?
No, it's an American.
Rivian is an American brand, almost exactly like Tesla.
They sell the R1T, which is going to be the road pickup truck, and they sell a R1S, which is an off-road oriented SUV.
They look like they look like an F-150 and then like a Ford Explorer type.
Yeah, it's like an Explorer, an F-150, Tacoma, and
Still don't think much of it.
no, I don't. My thought on it would be, if those are actually really capable vehicles, and if they can last in the woods for a week without any source, then I am all for it.
Absolutely. Not my-
So I would like to point out that Rivian has not proved any of its statistics. Not saying they can't do it, because
Yes.
obviously there's car companies that come out with ridiculous statistics and then put forth the evidence. But Tesla, you know, is an electric car brand that exists already and has put forward the evidence.
Their PR team is as many people as assignments I've turned in for the English class that I was enrolled in. For those of you that don't know, I dropped out of my English class because I didn't do any assignments.
Are you saying Tesla's marketing team doesn't exist?
No, Rivian's.
Because Tesla, you'll never see an ad for a Tesla.
Tesla has a very small marketing
They have no marketing team.
department, but it exists.
No, they
Rivian-
don't. They don't have a marketing team.
They don't have a marketing team. I do think they have a PR.
They have a PR department. Rivian has nothing.
Yeah.
Rivian-
So, okay. I think the interesting thing is even if the cars were identical, even if Tesla and Rivian had the exact same specs, they were all same price, same everything. Even if they were, Tesla has one thing that Rivian doesn't, and that is an insane person who runs the company and can get clicks. Whether you like him or not, he gets clicks. He's in the news. He's going to be more well known. So Rivian has to have either insane specs or something a lot better than Tesla to be competitive. They have to not just beat the performance, but they have to absolutely demolish it to have a chance, which kind of sucks. Because I'd like to have competitive car markets, competitive electric car markets.
Since I've called you, I will.
I enjoy Rivian. Right? I literally have it as the background on my computer. But I don't know how far they're gonna go. And so when you look at it, the trucks are, both the Tesla truck and the Rivian are pretty similar, but the Tesla's premium price is where Rivian's starting price is at. And I don't know how that's gonna affect anything. That's the one statistic we know.
Yes, and we do know for a fact.
I have no idea what you just said.
I said Rivian makes a real pickup truck, and Tesla makes a used.
You're correct in the statement that we made, but also the utes that we mentioned aren't full-size trucks. The utes that we mentioned aren't going to be hauling semi-truck trailers, which the Tesla is fully capable of doing.
Okay, and the Australian definition of a ute is basically.
We already had this.
We already came up with our own definition. And technically you're correct by our own definition. Technically you're correct. But none of the cars that we mentioned were able to pull semi-trailers. And the Tesla can, and I think that's what makes it more of a truck.
You mean to tell me the Honda Ridgeline can't pull a semi-truck?
You're right, it cannot pull a semi-trailer. But the Tesla can, apparently, allegedly. I have not seen it. Obviously it is a spec. But Tesla has not put out any false information yet. Their 0 to 60s are faster. Their battery lives are longer. So if we have anything to believe, it's probably that it's going to be better than it's advertised.
He said the lithium-ion
Lithium-ion mining sucks. And I agree. But
lithium mining.
Lithium mining, yeah. Lithium mining for the lithium-ion batteries does hurt, but apparently we've got it pretty decently clean, where they recover their carbon footprint in about 50,000 miles to a normal car. So if you drive your car 50,000 miles, which is a lot, but you know, not for the average. The average car life is about 200,000 miles.
No, but it's not about the carbon footprint. It's about the methods and the what.
For the lithium-ion mining, should be about 50,000 miles. Now, they used to be a lot worse. When the Prius existed, it was
surrounding waters, airs, and wildlife that then makes local peoples. It destroys their entire their entire food stock, and destroys.
Have you ever heard?
Was basically their entire economy.
Have you ever heard of carbon dioxide?
This is not related at all.
Now, obviously, it is not the same, right? This is like uranium versus carbon dioxide, essentially, for people who don't know. Now, obviously, you know, lithium ion is not as bad as uranium, but yeah, like lithium ion does very different things. Obviously, it is, I think it is technically radioactive, right? But it does not destroy the ozone layer. Carbon dioxide does. And coal plants and all that stuff, they really mess with the ozone layer. So it's two very different things. And at that point, it's just arguing what is worse on a human scale.
Carbon dioxide does not destroy the ozone layer. Nitrous oxides destroy the ozone layer.
Carbon dioxide is good for trees.
Yes, trees do eat carbon dioxide.
And trees give us oxygen.
The issue that we're having right now with carbon dioxide is the atmosphere is a natural imbalance. We've taken carbon from the earth and we've put it into the air. And we have not at all taken carbon from the air and put it into the earth.
Yeah, that's like the entire point I just made.
Climate change right now is that there's too much of it in the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is a naturally occurring gas in the atmosphere. It is the issue that we are having right now. As far as, I mean, there's a lot more.
Okay, yeah, like, that is a point. But also, like, oh yeah, lithium ion doesn't hurt anybody unless we take it out of the ground. Like, it's the same point. Lithium ion doesn't hurt anybody unless you take it out of the ground. Carbon dioxide doesn't hurt anybody unless you release it in the atmosphere. Like, they're both bad in the wrong places. You know? And that's why we have an imbalance. That's why we have an imbalance in our atmosphere, which is, you know, causing global warming. Also, lithium ion obviously is causing global warming as well, but in different ways.
Why do we need to make a compromise for the future of the planet? Why don't we recognize that electric cars are simply a band-aid?
What? What did you just say?
No, I agree with that. I don't think
we should not reverse anything that we do, right? We should just let the earth catch on fire.
Not reverse anything we do. I'm saying we should look elsewhere. Electric cars aren't the answer.
And
electric cars are 12% of the answer. That's obviously a made-up statistic. But if it was 12% of the answer, should we do it or not? Like, should we just abandon all efforts? Or if we look elsewhere, maybe that 12% of time is going to save us enough time to save other parts of the planet.
It's like last night, Max, right?
Exactly. It's a fucking band-aid. It's not part of the solution. Oh, my
It's
bad.
gonna help. It's gonna help is the point.
Listen.
It's not. We don't have a permanent solution, right? Renewable energy, solar energy is as good as we can get to anything humans can compromise that is almost 100% efficient. And even then, that's not 100% efficient.
Here's my analogy, right? Last night, the administrator guy's car went blank. So me and Max went down there to go look at it and try and help. Car doesn't start, no crank. We took an alligator clip with the wire, and an alligator clip, positive turn on the battery, S turn on the starter, and got the car to start. That is a band-aid. Now, this administrator could buy an alligator clip and do this every time his car hits.
Correct.
Or he could fix the wire.
If it saves him enough time to then go get a fix for it, we should do it. We shouldn't just not help him out at all, right? That's my point.
Electric cars is that wire with the alligator clips.
Exactly.
It is temporary, and
it is a temporary solution.
For now.
There's a temporary band-aid. It's not a solution.
But we need to get less Tesla fanboys who just love Tesla because they're electric and think they're the greatest thing ever, or the female I mentioned before.
I do not. I don't agree with that. I believe that with the
we should not help anybody ever. Frick everybody who needs help. Homeless, not gonna help them. They can help themselves.
No.
Drug addicts, not gonna help them. That's a band-aid. Housing is just a band-aid. I'm joking, obviously. I would like to hear your point. I may have just offended, but... Oops.
You're back in my ear now.
Did I offend?
You may have gone a little bit too far. You're kind of annoying. I'm not gonna. You should have just left it be before.
I should have what?
I said you should have just left it be where it was.
That's when politics gets too far.
Yes.
I'd argue that that's politics.
Anyways, on to other topics.
All of the stuff that I just mentioned, the only reason I mentioned it is because all of that is in debate, and that's what's going on in the national stuff. So,
To something else.
which, yeah.
Moving on.
Okay, I had a sore throat the other day because I streamed for freaking 8 hours, and I drank tea for like the first time, for one of the first times, and it was so good. Dude, I got green tea. I literally woke up early and got green tea. Went to Walmart and got green tea and made green tea, which I think helps your voice. But I have no idea if green tea actually does anything because it's like water. Do you know anything about tea? Tap?
I don't.
Okay.
No.
I feel like tea is one of those things. You know how people like think rocks heal you? I feel like tea is one of those things. They're like, this tea is good to grow toe hair or something. You know?
Sure.
Did I offend you as well?
No, you're fine.
Okay. Because you definitely seemed a little quiet after I started making a joke about my toe hairs being too long. You know how it is.
Yeah, you're fine.
I would laugh if I got the shiny hair. Ugh, I really want the shiny Haxorus. Oh, I was talking about tea. So tea, I don't know if it actually helps or not, but it helped. It didn't help me, but it made me feel better. I think emotionally or mentally more than anything else. But along with tea, I got these like, what are they called? They're like cough drops. The cherry cough drops. But I remember one of the things my dad told me is even better than cough drops. So I did buy cough drops, right? Even better than cough drops are Werther's Originals, which are just the caramel hard candies that melt in your mouth. And I know that's not scientifically accurate because, you know, obviously it's candy. But, you know, I like to think they help, and they also taste good. I'm also offended because on the packaging, it says share size, and I am not sharing. So, you ever like buy stuff that's like family size, and you're like, ha, I'm a family.
Yes.
I do it all the time. Tap, I've been streaming for 2 hours.
No.
And I didn't know it. When you left the first time, I'd been streaming for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Which means we were on call already for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Did it feel like that long? Or am I just insane? I am insane. I'll take the insane. I'm gonna go till I get 1,400 encounters, which is in about 21 more encounters. Ugh. 20 encounters left. Man. That was probably the longest conversation I've ever had about the same continuous thing. Obviously, until I messed it up. That was not sarcasm. There's somebody watching. I was like, there's nobody watching. So why am I talking to myself? I used to stream. Oh my god. I used to stream. I used to stream to 0 viewers for like 6 months. I streamed to no viewers for like 6 months, and it was pretty interesting, honestly. I learned a lot about myself, you know, because I was literally just talking to a wall. It was kind of great. I have, oh, I can't do math. 16? 16 more. $16 more encounters. I was 16 once. Sometimes I still feel like I'm 16, which is insane, right? Like, I remember being 16 like last week. And I'm old. One before that freaking thing. Sad. Maybe that was a shiny. I messed it up. Should have gone around. SMH. That conversation I feel really bad for. I feel really bad. Because I was definitely mean. And now whenever I make people mad, I start to feel sick. And I don't eat anything. So that'll probably be me. For the rest of the day. Is not eating anything. I was probably not going to eat much anyway. But, you know. Definitely how it goes. Oh my god, it's 11:02. I should be asleep. I should definitely be asleep. But I want the shiny. Maybe I'll get the shiny in 12 more encounters. This is the ideal shiny. That one. Ideal for a shiny. Haxorus would be amazing. Haxorus has a stupid high attack stat. Stupid high attack stat. Super stupid high attack stat. Ugh. Stupid high attack stats aren't just good for one thing. They are good for hitting yourself in confusion. Which is pretty pog in my opinion. Man, I'd love to have that Haxorus. Love to have that Haxorus. Okay. Gibble. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. I thought that was it. I got happy. I thought that was it. I think I need to press plus. I tried. Did I hit again? I didn't hit again. Man, everybody is live. Everyone. Silva! How are you? Silver, how are you doing? I need 5 more encounters. Then I'm gonna wrap it up like safe sex. Bum, ba, ba, dum, bum, bum, bum. That's not the point in the song. I as well, I'm glad you're well. I worked a 10-hour shift today, and I'm dying. I literally almost passed out when I got into my bed after I got home. I cannot imagine working like a 10-hour shift and being outside. Okay, today wouldn't have been bad, but like, God, in the summer or like the winter. Don't freak out with this DM. I'm going to freak out with this DM. How could you? Ah! You got more context now. You can't send that to me and not have context. I'm not doing what you told me to do. I am definitely freaking out. First of all, are you okay? Doing a bad job of not freaking out. Because I'm pretty sure you had a Blue Ranger. And to me, that's a blue. I don't think that's a Ranger. No, it is a Ranger. It looks like it at least. I don't know. Am I dumb? Oh my god. Are you okay? That's what I want to know first. I don't so much care as what happened and whose fault it is. I just want to know. They're okay. Or that you just spent a night in the hospital or something. Okay. Just bruised up. That's I think that's the best case scenario. Oh my god. You want to call? Because, like, I'm literally about to end stream. You're probably in a call. That is terrifying. I'm glad I don't have a car that looked like that. How many cars I've had? Never had one look like that. I'm good in calling, but okay. Cool. God, that's terrifying. Was that today? I might just keep shiny hunting so I can talk to you. That is terrifying. Oh my god. It was Tuesday. Jesus. Oh my god. That's like sends chills down my spine. I was gonna DM you today. And then I got depressed. For like 10 minutes. And then lost all will to live. And then I think I took a nap and then I was fine. My life, you know? Is that weird? That's probably weird. Naps healed, to be honest, yeah. It really did, too. Yeah. 10-hour shift. Took a lot out of me. Was definitely wanting to cry on the floor. Okay, so do I do another 10-hour shift tomorrow? If I do, I have to come in at 8 o'clock. So, like... yeah. I have to come in at 8, work a 10-hour shift, instead of coming in at 9. I would if you wanna. It's all up to you. I don't know if I can work. I don't know if I can wake up at 8. Before 8. Maybe my goal is wake up at 8, get there at 8:30. Huh. Oh my god. I started drinking tea. And it's like heaven. Tea is so good. Like, I've never been like a coffee or tea person. It's just 8. I know. I'm nocturnal. I stay up until 4 in the morning. Just to preface. There have been many a day where I have been at a park on the swings at 4 in the morning. Tea is best. Okay, what teas are good? I like warm teas. I need another tea because all I have is green tea, and that's what my boyfriend gave me once, and I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the warmness. You know? I enjoyed the warmness of tea. I don't so much like the flavor of green tea. I don't think it has much of a flavor, but yeah. I need tea suggestions. I have a cold brew, honey and ginger in it. I would have to like the flavor to drink it cold, because I think the whole point in tea, in my head, the whole point in tea is to have something warm that like makes your throat feel good. Don't take that out of context. Yeah, I don't take that out of context. Something warm that makes your throat feel good. I see. I like cold things. Like I'll drink a cold soda, or like a cold, like, you know, milk or water. But like, I don't know. Tea is like warm. Maybe I just don't like cold things. Maybe I don't like certain things cold. Okay, I guess I wouldn't drink tea over anything else if it was cold, right? But if it's warm, I can't drink like a warm soda to make my throat feel better. Or like warm milk just has this awful... I've never actually had warm milk, but I would think it would be bad. So I've never tried it. Yeah, I love hot chocolate. I guess I feel like all people love hot chocolate. But like, I don't... Ooh, cold hot chocolate just does not sound good. But one of my friends at work, one of my coworkers, got me Starbucks one day, and it was cold. And it was actually really good. I would drink cold coffee more than I would drink hot coffee. I feel like cold coffee. I don't even know what this means, but I think it was like a macchiato. Facebook, shut up. What? Somebody's going live on the Happy Snappy Turtle account. What? I don't like that on my chest. So I got the cutest hoodie ever. I really did. It's so cute. It's also quite possibly the warmest thing that I own. By a long shot. I didn't have it for my stream. I was trying to think if I had it for my Manhunt stream, but I didn't because it arrived after I came back from the funeral. You haven't sent it to me yet? I was gonna say take a picture of me wearing it, but I don't have one of those. It's so warm. It's so ungodly warm. It's the softest thing I've ever felt. It's so heavy. Like, it's a heavy jacket. It's so soft. I may have accidentally ordered 2 of them. But that's okay. It's so hot. Dude, I had to put... So my normal AC is on like 72, and that makes it just a little bit cold if I have a t-shirt on, and just a little bit warm if I have a sweatshirt on. That's kind of how I like it. I'll adjust, you know, right? My body temperature will adjust. But when I had that sweatshirt on, I turned my AC down to like 67, and then I had to turn the fan above me on, which is never on. Yeah. It was so hot. So heavy. I'm literally going to wear it as a winter coat. I'm going to wear it so much. I don't know where I'm going to wear it. Probably not to work. But yeah. I might wear it to work. I don't care. What's somebody gonna be like, that's gay, and I'm gonna be like, you know? Oh, also, it's the thing that's like right there. That's the jacket. Oh my god, Silver, I have to tell you. So I got this on a date once, right? Went on a date, went to the mall, picked up one of these bad boys. It's my 2 favorite colors. It's pink and it's orange. I don't know if pink is my 2nd favorite color or 3rd favorite color, but it's also pink. And then I went on TikTok before I went to the mall and got that thing. I went on TikTok and they had like this thing where you could like order a bunch of them. So I ordered a bunch of them, but they only specified 1 color. And so I got 4 of these like blue and green ones. I have 4 of them. And I don't really know what to do with them. I have found homes for all of them. I just haven't given them all away yet. Because they're not my favorite color, unlike this one. They're not. Blue is a nice color. I like blue. I think blue is my 2nd favorite color or 3rd favorite. I don't know. But, yeah. Blue. But yeah. I gave one to my friend. Ironically, her name is Abby. And then I'm going to give one to my boyfriend. I'm going to give one to my mom. And then I'm going to put the other one in my Fiero. I do have places for all of them to go. I literally sat down and was like, where do I put these? I don't know how to ship anything. And if it was easy and I knew how to do it, I would have already shipped them out to people. but I also have no idea how to do that. Yeah. But they're super cute, and they're actually helpful. Like, I will literally just turn them upside down when I'm not in a good mood. What does a deaf gynecologist do? I don't know how appropriate this is gonna be. Yep. I don't know if I should delete that or not. I think I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna act like it didn't happen. I think that's the move. I don't remember what I was gonna say, but I'm going to go to. I'm definitely going to do 200 over what I started the stream as, which is I had 1222. So I'm probably going to go to 1224 or 1228. 1228 sounds good because that's like double 14 is 28. You know? 1428, you know. 2048. That's not what that is. $20.48. I really don't want this hunt to last an extraordinary amount of time. I was kind of over this hunt before it started. But this is going to be what we're doing for the next, until I get the shiny. Oop. So yeah. I am excited. Is this person still alive? Dude, he is fed up with his shiny too. I'm fed up with this shiny, he's fed up with his shiny. I have a person that we raid. I guess I'm not dead set on this person. I'm not dead set on this person. I don't think I have anybody that's connected to you. Go ahead and send it to me, and I shall decide. Don't be offended if I don't take yours. Obviously, I don't think you would be, but I don't have very many people. I love the name. I'm gonna go with this person. The person that you sent me. Because they're what is it called? They're new. Am I dumb? but I won't be able to stay long in their chat. I'm already messing up words so bad. Oh, man. I'm so bad at words. I got no one doing Pokemon. I have one. I had one, but he I raided him like 2 days ago, so he's probably gonna raid me though. I'd assume. One more Pokemon. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Hashtag Snappy Squad. Oops. Raid. Boop. You already know who it is. Black and yellow. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to everything YouTubers try to do. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.